Jonathan Taylor, going into the season last year, was supposed to be a top 3 running back. Jonathan Taylor wasn't even in the top 10 in anything. The Indianapolis Colts, if they lose Jonathan Taylor, who's their offensive weapon? They have Richardson. They're starting a rookie quarterback. They have no running game if they lose Jonathan Taylor. Who's their wide receivers? Pittman and Allen Peace. Now, I like Pittman, but Pittman was playing injured last year. I think he's a really good player. But if teams know that Pittman is going to see the ball even more than he did over the last 2 seasons, they're going to double team on him. They're going to make their rookie quarterback force balls in places he's not comfortable doing or using his legs, which could get him injured. Losing a significant offensive piece to your offense really hurts the growth of your young quarterback and the growth of a young rookie coach. And this is a guy that's forcing his way out, speaking so highly of himself when he had one good season. I do believe certain running backs should get paid. Jonathan Taylor, who has been forcing his way out of the Indianapolis Colts since the end of last season because there were stories coming out he wasn't getting along with Jeff Saturday and that he didn't want to play at the end of the season. He really didn't even want to be there. And then there were stories coming out throughout this offseason that he has been demanding a new contract, and if he doesn't get a new contract, he wants to be traded. And now all of a sudden, the team is letting him go out and try to find a trade partner. And he has till August 29th to find it. And they want a first-round draft pick for him, which they're not going to get because he didn't have a good season last year. If he put up the numbers he did the year before, maybe they get a first-round draft pick for Jonathan Taylor. But right now, Jonathan Taylor isn't worth that. There are running backs that are worth that kind of money. You're going to tell me Saquon Barkley, who took almost 50% of his team snaps offensively, doesn't deserve the money he should have received this offseason by the New York Giants? And shame on the Giants because they're going to lose him to free agency next year because they can't franchise him in the contract. If he does get traded before August 29th, he's probably going to go to a team like the Miami Dolphins. You wonder what the Dolphins are trying to do, and they're reaching out the Raiders on Josh Jacobs, and now they've reached out to the Colts about Taylor. Is this the right move to bring in a guy that is a cancer in the locker room that nobody in the locker room actually likes? He has not been getting along with the coaching staff. He's not got along with certain players on the offensive side of the ball. That's a problem. When you bring a cancer like that in your locker room and you have to deal with the emotions and a guy that wants a 5-year, $13.5 million a year contract from that organization in Indianapolis that wants a first-round draft pick for him, that is alarming to me. And Tyreek Hill only wants to play another 2 more years. So that means you need to win soon. Because if he's saying that he doesn't want to play after the 3rd year of his contract with the Miami Dolphins, that he wants to walk away from football, you have a certain amount of time to pull this off, just like the Jets do with Aaron Rodgers. They have a 2-year, 3-year window. So your window is starting to disintegrate. And Tua can't stay healthy. You're going to bring in Jonathan Taylor in your locker room. That's a cancer. You have Tyreek Hill, which has been a cancer from Kansas City and now to the Dolphins. It's not fun when you're sitting there in a locker room and you're speaking over the quarterback, that you believe you're a better player than the quarterback. So the quarterback's got to listen to you. You don't have to listen to the quarterback. The quarterback is the franchise. The quarterback is what leads this team to battle. And if you have a running back or a wide receiver that don't get along with anybody, how's that going to work? It's a big mistake if Miami brings a personality like that in their locker room. You already have a bunch of personalities. You have a young coach, McDaniel, who looked like he knew what he was doing last year. Bring in Fangio, pieces that can help you move forward as an organization. And now you're bringing in a Jonathan Taylor who has had problems in the locker room, has had problems getting along with players and teammates. That doesn't help Tua, who's coming back from a head injury. Everybody expects for him to play in a full season and become the franchise quarterback that they believe he should be.
And Miami is one of those teams that they're going to have to build on this kind of style. And we've seen it work. The Seahawks won a Super Bowl with loud players. The Rams 2 years ago won a Super Bowl with loud players. You need to be able to make a culture that's still comfortable over that. Seattle, their ownership is very much liked because of that. And so are the Rams. And that's why a lot of players went there on 1-year deals. So you have to develop that reputation if you're the Miami Dolphins, because the way you've built your team has been based on that kind of philosophy like the Rams have been done.